they look the most fuckable, which, you know.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I mean, there used to be a term in the music industry called FQ, which was fuckability quotient, and they used to do business off FQ. I'm not interested in them in that way, but I'm just saying, if I were a young girl.
Blaze and Steven, how fuckable did you think that band was?
I think that any 18 to 30-year-old chick in America sitting in a bar at midnight would want to rock one of those boys.
Talking to a couple people who are actually in the business, watching that show, everyone kind of said the same thing. There's no question that was the band that was kind of the most polished, the most ready for prime time.
They look like rock stars.
They looked like rock stars. They weren't afraid to go for it a little bit. Except, are they you guys here? So
you should change your name to Looks Like Rock Stars, because you look like rock stars. And you know what? Rolling Stone, they all like to put hot dudes, GQ details. They like to put hot dudes in suits and leather pants in their magazines, and girls like to buy records with hot dudes. Okay? You can go do a study of rock and roll, and most of the guys that became like Bono, he has a really good FQ.
Yeah, just look at Bob Dylan.
All right, so does Steven has a high FQ, because I'm sitting next to him, and he's burning.
He's burning. He's definitely burning. He's burning about why he decided to show up here today, right?
Taxi.
Waiter. Okay, so, Tom, what's your take on Hotspur?
Lots of potential. Definitely the most polished. Again, your songs are in control. You're not. Mr. Frontman, you could be a star. But you're not, because you got to just... the way you do it... You got to find those things inside your songs and let stuff breathe. There's nothing wrong with rocking, but let's take us on a journey. Tell us a story. Yep. A great record takes us places. All you guys just were like what I'd call Chinese water torture. The pressure never changed. It's this, and that's not that impressive. It's impressive at the right time, but you've got to understand letting stuff breathe, letting stuff live, being able to bring it. And he talked about this, just even making a record. See, the audience isn't come to hear music. They come to want to discover who you are a little bit. And the way you guys have arranged your songs and done your thing, you're not allowing us to know who you are. You're just in our face going...
You need peaks and valleys.
What's that?
You need peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
You've got to come up and then come down to give people the chance to appreciate when it comes back up.
Well,
here's the deal. When you two started at Red Rocks, they weren't doing Zootopia. I mean, we got to give these kids a chance. They're just starting out. I think you guys are doing a good job. Get a nice pair of boots with a hot spur on the back of it. Let it be your next cover. Let it spin like the Sticky Fingers record. And let's get your game on. I think you're going to do fine.
I think in fairness to what Tom is saying, I agree with you completely. These are all really talented.
Start somewhere. I think that you guys did. I think everybody did great.
Absolutely. I mean, it's implied. These are the three finalists, by the way, out of like 100 bands that were kind of in the running for this. So it's clear that these are three talented bands, but we're just kind of here to get real about how they're really going to take it to the next level.
Seriously, you guys, you could rule the world. You could rule the world. Both the last two groups.
More fuckable.
And your hip hop boots. But here's the deal. It's not just hills and valleys. Let me ask you this.
47 with a Stephen Paul mod and go to
Do all your songs sound the same, guys? The answer is no. Then my question to you is this. Why do they all look the same?
Yeah.
And they should. And I'm not talking about being goofy. I'm talking about being just as creative. Why guitar players, why do you play a Les Paul and hit that pedal, and then on another song you pull out a Strat and give us something else? It's because that's what that song needs.
Dude.
And it does. It does.
The dude, oh man, amen. I agree with you.
And visually, so I got this song that's off the hook, and it looks like something that's a power ballad, and they look the same. That makes no sense. It's like keeping the same tone throughout the whole freaking night. Makes no sense musically. And let me tell you this, since 55% of communication is what the audience sees with their eyes, it makes no sense to them at all, because they think the songs look the same, so guess what to them they do? They sound the same. And you're incredulous. You can't understand why your career's not going anywhere. But if you start see, music comes at an audience like goulash. They're trying to figure out what it's about. What you want to become is a fine meal, where it's like, oh, the steak is awesome. If you're content driven, your steak is the content. If it's shock, it's shock. If it's whatever. But the key here is maybe a cup of fine meal so people can start figuring out. And you start creating 5, 6, 7 different moments in your night, your merch will fly through the roof. And you'll start building a team because now you'll have the one thing that you don't have, which is money. Exactly. Sorry to get passionate about this, but this is my deal.
That's what you do, man. I think everyone here appreciates it. Am I right?
No, it's true. I just want to say one thing. One quick thing. I think what I've been talking to, bands we signed or and young bands these days, and what's been happening, I think this generation and maybe the generation before this, is bands are skipping the bar band stage, okay? And people think of that in a derogatory sense. You're a bar band or a club band. It is the most important stage of your life, okay? The things we learned in the Stone Pony in Asbury Park, all right, we use when we headlined Glastonbury, okay? I'm telling you right now. In fact, I haven't learned much since, to tell you the truth. We joke about it all the time, but the bar band stage, and I'm sure there's some hip hop equivalent, of the local corner or whatever it may be, the local corner bar, right? The local corner club, right? Where there's no business, so you don't have to be a star to be there. You take the door, they take the bar. Yep. Okay, that's how we started Southside Johnny Asbury Jukes, and that's what the East Street Band did. We take the door, you get the bar. Give me a Monday night. And learn the craft of performing. Don't go to the internet. Don't come to a seminar. Okay?
No, buy my DVDs.
Get good first. Get good first, and that's how you get good,